Thanks for joining. We'll go ahead and get things started. Got a little different setup here, but we got head coach Patrick Murphy, Montana Fouts, and Bailey Hemphill. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Murphy. Then if you have a question, just hit the raise hand button. We'll call on you. Just mention who you're addressing your question to before you say it. So go ahead, Murph. We'll start off.
Hey, you guys. Thanks for being here. But we're just really excited. I think this is every year since 2005, obviously, except for last year, we've hosted a regional. And I don't think there's any school in the country that does it any better than us. From Nathan to game day management to the field crew to you guys. I mean, it is, we want it to be a top-notch experience for the other three teams, and we welcome them. We congratulate them for getting here because it's a major feat, especially this year with COVID and everything going on. So congrats to them, and we're excited to play.
All right, we'll start the questions with Jeff.
Yeah, this is for all three of you, if you don't mind addressing it, but what's it going to be like to play in front of a full house this weekend?
Bailey, want to start?
Yeah, I mean, just coming from last weekend, having more people on roads this weekend is just going to be electric. I mean, they were loud last weekend, so I can only imagine how much crazier the atmosphere is going to be this weekend with more people, and it's a huge advantage for us once again.
Yeah, we're really excited to play in front of them just because I know that they're excited, so it makes us even more excited. So I just think that we're lucky that we have fans that care so much, so we're excited to play this weekend in front of them.
And I had probably 10 to 12 people text me from Sunday night, hey, can I get tickets? Can I get tickets? And every one of them, I said no. They were gone. And then all of a sudden, I had to text everybody back and say, okay, I got tickets, so you better hurry up. First come, first serve. And like Bailey said, it was crazy last weekend. And I just think there's this hunger to watch live sports again. And they're coming out of the woodwork. I know, baseball has a big series at home with Mississippi State that starts tonight, and we're at home, and it's just going to be a hell of a weekend in Tuscaloosa.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Patrick, do you believe in the concept of a player peaking at the right time of the season? Is that what you see in Bailey and Montana right now?
I definitely believe in that. One of the things that we try to do year after year is peak at the right time, and we call it performing. There's 4 stages of team building. I won't bore you with the other 3, but the last one is performing. And we have tried as a staff for 23 years to get the team to that stage at the end. And I think for the most part we have. And it's just, it all comes together. There obviously the games, the practices, but the other part of it I think is a lot of people don't realize is the rest. You have to give them a certain amount of rest, because if you just wear them out, they're going to be tired and the performance is going to go down. So we've tried our best. Like I've talked to a couple of kids this year, are you guys feeling okay? Do you need more time? Do you need another day off? Do you want to just hit today? And they give me good feedback. I want them to be honest. And if they hesitate at all, when I say, if I say, do you want to just hit today? And if they hesitate, I know that they want to just hit today. So it's been a winning combination for 23 years.
And for those two, do they feel like they're peaking at this point in the season?
I mean, I definitely feel like our team in general, as we go, we play better together. So I just think more as a team, not really individually, but I think if our team's performing well together, it makes probably both of us feel like we're doing a little bit better too.
Yeah, I think we're performing well right now, but we're not complacent in where we're at. We're still trying to get better with practice every day. And I mean, we can always improve on something. Even if we're succeeding on the field, there's always something we can improve on.
All right, go ahead, Edwin.
Thanks, Michael, for taking my question. But Bailey and Montana, could you just talk a little bit about the fact that y'all coming off such a strong performance from the SEC tournament and carrying that over into regional play and just kind of leading the way for the team right now?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to build on the success we had last weekend. Obviously, it was a high intensity weekend, a lot of great teams, and we were able to come out on top. We played really well, and so just keep building on that into this weekend. I mean, there's 3 really good teams that are in this tournament as well. So just not taking one game off and just respecting all of our opponents is going to be key.
And I definitely think, like Bailey just said in the previous question, that we're going to take those 3 games and they were really high intensity, but I also think that we learned a lot from them too. So I think we're going to take what we learned and just keep going with that forward as well.
All right, welcome back, Graham Hayes. Go ahead.
Thanks. It's for you, Murph. We've seen the game evolve so much in the last 10 or 15 years in terms of hitting and pitching and how teams approach it and coach it. In terms of defense, do you see the same rate of evolution? Has the way defense is played or emphasized increase at the same rate as those other facets?
No, I haven't. I know that you got to have a great defense to win, but I think offensively, it's gone through the roof in terms of mind or changes and shifts in the strategies. But defense, obviously, that's stayed constant forever. And you can go all the way back to Kelly Kretschmann and, the beginning of NCAA softball. There were some really, really good defensive players. But I think where the gains have been made is offensively. And then pitching, there used to be, 25 to 30 dominant pitchers in the game. And I think it's just not there anymore. I think maybe 10 to 12 to 15 possibly. And then you're really lucky if you have 2 on your team. And, just the bats have gotten so much better. But I do think there is a space still for speed and small ball. And you saw that Saturday night against Florida. We manufactured 3 runs in the first inning and they were on their heels. So there is a spot and, maybe, I don't know, Major League Baseball fans like to watch no hitters all the time because 2 teams in Major League Baseball have already gotten no hit and it's only May 20th. So you either strike out or hit a home run in Major League Baseball. And I hope that be the case in softball.
All right, go ahead, Katie.
Okay, Graham, did you have something you were trying to follow up with? Are you good?
Go ahead. I'm good. Thank you.
I have a question for Bailey in Montana, so I'll start with Bailey. Just what has it been like working with this pitching staff this year, and then how can the depth of the staff be an advantage for y'all in the NCAA tournament?
Well, I've had the pleasure of catching all of our pitchers this year, and they all are very good and different in their own ways. Obviously, Montana's bringing in the heat and the movement as well, but and then we have like a person like Crystal on our team who has a killer changeup. So it's been challenging as a catcher to go transition between pitchers like that, but they all bring in something different. And I think that helps us be very successful against teams because we can start Montana and then bring in Sarah or Crystal who throws something completely different than her. So it just confuses the hitters a bit. So I think that's one of our biggest strengths.
And then for Montana, you kind of hit on it earlier.
Sorry, go ahead, Katie.
Okay. You kind of hit on it earlier, pitching the high intensity games in the SEC tournament. What kind of confidence does it give you? Bailey just talked about the depth of the staff, but knowing that you can pitch 3 days in a row if you need to, that you're able to do that in the SEC tournament and knowing that you can do that in the NCAA tournament if your team needs you to.
I do think it gives us confidence, especially as a team, just knowing that you can play high intensity games like that back to back to back, especially later on in the season. But I do think that is a plus going in, not just for me, but for our team too, just because it's so exciting. I think that's why we came here to play.
Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, for Montana, Patrick touched on it a second ago, all the no-hitters in baseball with Turnbull, and then last night, Corey Kluber of the New York Yankees had a no-hitter. Is that inspiring at all as a pitcher to see that much success from pitchers if it's in baseball?
I mean, it's definitely exciting just because it's like one of the hardest things to do, but I definitely don't go in a game thinking anything like that because I'm a firm believer that the game knows exactly what you're thinking. So the moment you think that, you're probably going to give up a hit the first batter. So, but it's definitely inspiring. I mean, it's really hard to do. So congrats to him.
Congrats, Michael. You got your Yankee shout out in. So,
Yes. And hey,
for you, Pat.
Congrats to Turnbull too, because he was a good kid here and couldn't be happier for him.
Yep.
All right, we'll go on to Edwin.
Yeah, I was wondering if Michael was going to get that in there. But Spencer pitched 1-2 now. Murphy touched on it a little bit about playing small ball and just and it being more of an offensive game. And what about those situations like where KB got into a rundown and against Florida? Is that something y'all go over? What just something that y'all are they given free range to do those kind of things?
Yeah, KB, and it was KB and Jenna. So
Right.
that's a perfect combination. They're both green light girls. KB is one of the best we've got. She created more runs in high school and summer ball by herself than almost any kid I've ever seen. She gets a great first jump, and then she reads the defense very, very well. And that what she did was all on her own, really. And Jenna, she did enough to draw the first throw, then be safe. Then she gets up and they throw it to second to try to get KB, and then she does the rest. And then when I saw that the Florida center fielder had the ball, that's when Jenna went, because that's when she should go. Yes, she's a great athlete. They probably practice rundowns, but when she started running to first base with the ball, that's when you go. Because it's very difficult for an infielder to turn and make a quarterback throw like Pat Mahomes. And it's very difficult for her to do it. And you saw what happened. She kind of skipped a catcher and then it dropped out and we scored the run. So those two instincts alone, they did all that.
All right, go ahead, Graham.
Murph, going back to that theme of defense for a second, with Allie, what is unique or what stands out to you about the work that she's done with the outfielders during her whole time at Alabama? What's different about the way that Alabama coaches and plays outfield?
I think her biggest, difference or positive is she works all the time on first step. The first step is an outfielder. Like when we make a diving catch or a ball against the wall, like Alyssa took away a home run a couple of years ago, she climbed the fence. If her first step is not correct, the ball goes over the fence, it's a home run. All those balls that Hayden McClinney caught diving in the gap, if she makes a wrong first step, she goes backwards or whatever, they don't catch it. And, I don't say much. I just say, you don't want the coach to, when you're running in after the inning is over and the coach says to you, oh, great effort, you just missed it. That's not a successful outfielder. You want everybody to run out on the field and high five you and hug you because you made the catch. We don't want, oh, it was a great effort, because you see enough of those, ball tips off the glove, everybody groans. But Allie's a magician, and when there's a diving play in the outfield or a play that needs to be made, they're going to make it. And, we're blessed with really, really good speed as well. Like Mac, Alyssa, and KB, that's probably the fastest outfield we've ever had. And, even in practice, when I hit fungos at home, and they can tell you, I try like hell to get Alyssa to have to dive. It doesn't happen. I mean, I'm telling you, I hit balls in left field and I'm screaming, Alyssa, it's yours. And she runs and catches it on her feet. It's a rarity when she has to dive because she gets to so many balls.
All right, go ahead again, Edwin.
I was just curious. This is for all y'all or anybody who wants to answer it. Did y'all see the program on the SEC network, SEC Inside, and what y'all thought about it?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, it was just, for me, it was weird because they mic'd me up for the last two games. And, every now and then I'd say the wrong word and I'd lean over and say, oops, sorry. And please don't put that on. But I thought it was really well done. And things like that with the SEC network and our conference, that's why we're so far ahead of everybody. That 30-minute SEC tournament show was just, my mom stayed up until 11 o'clock to watch it the other night. I had people all over the country text me and say, oh my God, that was awesome.
I thought it was so cool just because that you don't really see like anything like that with softball ever. So I thought that was really cool, and just getting to see like the reactions and the stuff. Like Murph said the other day, it's all those people like with cameras that you just don't really see like around you all the time. So I thought that was so cool that just our reactions as a team, like just individual players with players. I just thought it was so cool, and we're really thankful for that too.
All right, any other questions? Or if not, we'll just wrap it up there. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.